Hi, tudo bem?
Hello, are you there?
I'm here. How are you?
I'm doing good.
That's
I
good.
don't. Oh, here we go.
I'll put the
There you
camera
are.
on. Yes. How are you?
I'm doing well.
That's
Just took
good.
me a second to get the video feed up, but
Yeah. So, like, we don't need that kind of stress, but what news have you got for me?
first of all, you had mentioned your brother was going to be.
Yeah, he couldn't attend, but I'll
Oh,
let him
okay.
know what's happening.
Yeah, that's fine. And I wanted to let you know that if he did, so you know, for any other times, you have to be careful with that, or just as long as you know that it leaves you open to officially you have violated attorney-client privilege at that
Oh,
point. So if he would have sat in, and which in this case it's not necessarily a problem, because I think it would be good to have him knowing what's going on
sure.
and you know uh, be helpful in solving this.
Sorry, I don't have to take this
No
call.
problem.
Don't worry.
No,
Yes, go ahead.
okay. Um, really, where we're at is I have been working to meet your criteria of wanting the least expensive, least complicated, quickest way to resolve the matter. And I did have to do some work regarding resulting trust versus constructive trust.
Mm.
I checked into the divorce records to make sure. Remember, one of the things that I was a little worried about was that
It's
if
not.
you need to get it,
That's okay.
no, it's
No,
okay.
no problem.
Um, make sure that there was an official divorce back, I forget, back years ago, and how that played into the whole dynamic, and that looks like that all of that was,
Yeah.
it did in fact occur. There was a
Sure,
marriage, there
it
was a
did. Yes,
divorce,
we know it did.
and
Yeah.
the what has happened since they got back together, living together, and I did some work to make sure that it would be considered a common law marriage then.
Mm.
So what they're doing now, a year ago or so, is they filed for a divorce under a common law marriage,
Mm.
and so which is all proper. So all that's good. So what I wanted to do today is talk about the different options to
Right.
meet those criteria, and I think with your approval, the thing that the cheapest, least expensive, quickest way is to have that conversation with the attorney Palmer,
Yes.
your the sister-in-law's attorney who filed that divorce, and see if there's an easy way to work on your behalf to get an agreement to have the property taken care of. Taken care of in the sense of being sold,
Yes.
or have you your interests be taken care of from here. I would have to have the conversation with her to see what her goals are. If the goal is to wrap this up or get this done, then I think we could work very quickly and efficiently to do that, not very expensively. But if the goal is to delay, drag out,
Oh, no, no.
not do anything more, then the next step would be, and the second option, which gets more expensive, but it would be to step in as an interpleader, as a third party or an interpleader in the court, and file a motion to sell the property, or
Mm.
we would write the motion to.
How expensive is it for you to contact this lawyer, please?
Oh, well, that it's just a
I
matter
just want because I don't know if she responds. She hasn't responded to us, so we don't want to spend money on that either. As far as
yeah,
dragging it,
yeah.
it's just a simple, I guess, simple email or a phone call that you can
Yeah, I
record.
think a phone call, because she is here locally,
Yeah, sure.
right nearby. So a phone call
But
stating who I.
don't we need something in writing that because what she'll do is she'll stall the
Yeah,
process. So we need something in writing that if she does not attend to this request, then we're going to go ahead and go to court. right?
Yeah, I think that and yes, that would be the next step, which would be like a letter or something stating,
Yep.
if we don't hear anything, that this is what we intend to do. But I think if I'm calling as an attorney to another attorney, stating, I'm looking to chat with you, I should at least get a phone call back. And so,
I don't
um,
know. I don't know. So I don't think they're very willing to do anything. But
yeah,
obviously, if this was, if this is meant to be the quickest and cheapest way for us,
yeah,
yes, please go ahead. But whatever you think is cheapest for us, do you know what
yeah,
I mean? Because
exactly.
I cannot afford to be paying you to make that phone call and then put it in writing because she didn't reply and then start a process. And I need to know how much these things cost, unfortunately,
Sure.
because we are limited on how
Yeah,
much we want to spend on this or can spend on this.
yeah. Definitely understand. The problem, though, is you don't know. I can't give a definite estimate because I don't know what the other side is going to do.
So, but
Um,
for a phone call or for a letter,
yeah, oh, yeah. No, something like that, that's just my time, and it's $200 an hour.
all right.
And,
Can we think that that's what it costs then to put that together? The two
yeah,
hundred
yeah,
dollars for your hour time?
yeah,
Right.
per hour, and I don't know the exact amount of time that it takes,
But what do
but
you think they have got that is legit and that entitles them to have this process in court?
they do. It does look like it is a legitimate request for a divorce, and also the fact that they're arguing what's called a constructive trust in that legal document for divorce.
Mm.
Um,
But if they're already
it,
divorced, do you call it separation or whatever you call it? Doesn't matter?
well, no, see, and that's what I mentioned earlier. The fact that they then lived together after they were divorced, it fits the criteria for what's called a common law marriage.
Right.
So under a common law marriage, you then require another divorce.
Right.
So
So what option would you like to give them to leave us alone, to just get us out of this problem?
I would like to give them the option of coming up with an agreement to be able to sell the property or to give the interest in the property to your brother and sister-in-law or ex-sister-in-law.
So what we have
Get you
is
out of it.
get me out of this by giving him splitting the equity, which is not a lot, between the two of them. That way we are neutral. That's the gist of
Yeah.
it, right? So
Yeah,
if she
exactly.
says no to that, then what?
Yeah. That next step would be to file with the court. You file a motion with the court to request that it be sold.
Right. And would my request, so that would be my request, not a divorce request, nothing to do with the divorce, just
Right.
my own request that the property gets sold because
Yeah.
it's in my best interest.
It's causing you problems. It's
Yeah.
causing you heartaches. You want out, and you want out of the middle of whatever is
Yeah.
going on
Yes.
between them.
How possible is that to be, how possible it is that we can achieve what we want doing it that way?
You're going to court. I would think that you could. They could then, file motions against it. You just don't know when you get into court. You just don't know. But we can't take it one step at a time.
We limited on money. That's the problem because
Understand.
we don't
But
know.
when I say one step at a time, what I mean is, we can speak with the attorney and try and get that agreement, and that would be the least expensive, and then we don't have to worry about what happens in court or whatever. If we have to file the interpleader motion, it's called, then
I'm going to make a note of that name.
yeah,
Interpleaded.
yeah.
Yep. Interpleaded motion. That is, I don't want to be
Like
part of
third
this
party.
process, more or
Yeah,
less.
third party, yeah.
Yeah, third party. I got it. And okay, just getting to court. Do we have to go to court to do that yet?
Well, you would if we can't come up with an agreement with
Yeah.
the other side first. Yeah.
All right.
That would-
Okay. So
One of the other things, just so you know, some of the work that I did on it was also just looking at abandonment. You know, what would happen if, you know, you just get, you know, we disown it. We have nothing to do with this.
I'd like that's to the bank.
Yeah, and trying to, it's very difficult to, you can't on real property. It's extremely difficult, and it's not something that's recommended. I wouldn't do that. Legal title to real property in Texas is difficult to disavow.
I see.
So I did look into that.
Right.
Also, the fact that illegal immigrants can own property.
I know.
And so that's not a problem at all.
They
it's
can.
Just maybe a matter of financing.
They have, yeah.
That we sell that to the two of them and get you out that way.
Yes.
So that would be the conversation that we would have with the other side, with the attorney.
I don't know if they, by dragging this process, she still has a place to live.
Yeah. Well, if we even look into the idea of selling it to her, because she's been making the payments, right?
Oh, she has, yes. Well, we can sell it to her as long as the 1550 is required, because I don't want to be in the middle of this benefiting her or benefiting my brother, but I cannot go against him either that way, if it can be helped. But it depends on how much all this costs, because we cannot put any money into this, none whatsoever. It was a favor.
Right.
It wasn't just a favor.
And unfortunately, and I feel your pain, you are, good, bad, or otherwise in the middle of this.
Yeah.
And I know it stinks.
Yep.
And know that if you give me permission, we'll take that next step, and we'll talk to the attorney on the other side and see, knowing your goal is to get this done and taken care of as quickly as possible.
All right. So thank you for doing that. And do you have an estimate of, because I'm sorry, and I would like to be more optimistic about it, but from the way they have been treating us, and I tried via email as I copy it to you to get into some sort of agreement. Either she didn't think she had to respond to me, or she is more interested in making this drag as much as possible. You noticed there was no.
It seemed to me like she was trying to get a lot of information without giving you anything.
Exactly.
In my opinion, she might be a little bit in the dark on it. But those are, some of the conversations that
Can you, could you, is that possible, is that in our interest to hear your conversation to her, or just what you write to her will be recorded as such? Because I have to show that to my brother as well.
I would give me the opportunity to just chat with her first.
All right.
And see what we can do and what we can accomplish by just doing that first.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there.
Right.
If it needs other, letters or other documentation or something, then we'll cover that then. For your brother, know that one of the things that he can do is we can work with him to waive his need to come back to the United States or anything when it comes to divorce. We can waive service. It's called waiving service.
Yes.
And that's something that
he doesn't have that kind of money, though.
Right.
He just doesn't have that kind of money. We don't have that kind of money.
We can get the divorce to go through, get the property taken care of. Is that one of his goals? Does he want the divorce to be done?
Because it's an open-ending, cost-wise decision. He just can't make that decision. How much would that cost? How much would he get back in equity?